rocking chair carved from old oak wood, a tin sign saying life is good. Mason jars and candles warm in your palm. Everything whispers Susie's home.
Welcome to Susie on the Farm, where handmade dreams come true. From thrifted treasures to crafty creations, there's always something beautiful in the making. So come on in, feel the heart, and let your creativity bloom. Hey friends, welcome to my channel. I'm Susie if you're new here, and it is wedding week. My daughter's getting married on Saturday, and the theme of the wedding is vintage garden party. And so I'm doing a few last minute creations, and I thought I would share them with you all. So these are just some little things I had in my stash, and we've got lots of flowers, lots of florals, of course, but I thought I would just do a few little to sit around just to fill in some spots. You know, we already have all the big things taken care of. I am giving each of these 2 coats of paint in crinoline, gypsy green, and petticoat pink, which are beautiful, soft spring colors, all 3 of them. Once they've dried, I'm going to seal them up with some Big Top, and while they're drying, I am going to work on little tags to put on them. I had a lot of these little wooden tags in my stash, and tags are a great way to embellish something that you want to keep simple, but you need a little something else on. So I'm giving 3 tags, those same 3 colors. We've got gypsy green, crinoline, and petticoat pink. Once everything is dried, I took some stamps from the I used some from the Connoisseur's Library and some from Countryside Memoirs, which are the little mini stamps, and they fit perfectly on these little tags. I stamped 3 little images, butterflies, and a couple of little stems. Now I'm taking the IOD black ink and just like highlighting the edge of the tags. I just feel like that makes them look a little more complete. I tied them up around the little jars, but first of all, I am going to go ahead and distress these. I actually did this before I sealed it. So I distressed the paint a little bit on these, and then I am adding some little wildflower bouquets in them. These are just some florals that I had left over from the decoration season. If you're not from the South, you might not know what that is, but I sell decoration flowers here in the shop. And these were just perfect for just filling in little things. Most of the flowers we're using at the wedding are real, but you never know when you're just going to need some things. And we are in wedding mode for sure. And these turned out pretty cute just to sit here and there throughout the wedding reception. For project number 2, I had a couple little rusty garden-like tools out on the porch here. I have a whole rusty, crusty section out on the porch that's basically in the weather, so everything keeps really good and crusty. I brought these in and I sealed them up with some polyacrylic first, and now I'm taking that gypsy green and just giving the handles a quick coat on them. These are definitely not going to be full coverage. And then I had just a couple leftover transfers from Fern Fables. Oh, but wait, let me show y'all the project that I did off air. I wish I would have filmed it, but I did this for the Zero to Hero raid train that I'm in this coming Friday. I'll just be auctioning off that one train case, and I used tons of the Fern Fables on it. But for this one, I am just taking just a couple of little small embellishments. I don't want too much on them. Adding them onto the handles, and I'm going to finish them up with just a heavy distressed and a sealer. And these look so cute, just styled up with the little florals here and there throughout the wedding reception. We've got some rusty wheelbarrows that'll have florals in them and big like whiskey crates. So there's just going to be flowers everywhere, and these will fit right in somewhere. I'm sure of it. Back to my Whatnot though, y'all be sure and join me. Me and a bunch of friends over on Whatnot have this monthly competition where we take an item that we've paid under $5 for and upcycle it, and then whoever gets the most for their auctioned item wins that month's bragging rights. So y'all join me and my friends over on Whatnot on Friday. Okay, project number 3, y'all remember that window from last week's video? Well, these are the doors from the bottom of that hutch. So I'd painted them in Apothecary a long time ago and never sealed them. They got thrown out in the barn and there they've been ever since. So I pulled them out for this project today. I had a little bit of Apothecary. I was originally just going to paint them Apothecary again, but it was hard. I added water. I added too much water, so then I needed to add more paint. And I had Eden sitting there, so I added some Eden in with the Apothecary, and it was still pretty thin, but it went on like this wash, and what a beautiful color this turned out to be. Who knew? Eden and Apothecary. Probably most Eden, little bit of Apothecary. Now, I sealed it up with Big Top, let it dry, and now I'm taking the Marché de Fleur. I am loving the Build Your Own bouquet. So, as you can see, I've just layered up my florals how I want them to be. You can layer the IOD transfers so easy. They go great on top of each other. Now, let me tell y'all, it's been raining here in North Alabama for about 10 days. And it's humid as all get out. And I could not get my Big Top to dry good enough. And it kept peeling up this paint. It happens sometimes. That's why I try to use Fusion, especially when I know I'm going to do a transfer. But I really wanted to use the DIY paint on these because I want them to look vintage and distressed. But it was pretty frustrating. I thought, well, this one's underneath. It'll be fine. I'm going to distress this anyway. It pulled up a good bit of the paint. Oh, well, I waited a little bit longer and I tried some more. I had a little bit of peeling. I went ahead in between trying and did another coat of sealer to try to let it dry. And then it did okay. So I finally was able to get these transferred down. By the time I got to the big bouquet, I think it was finally dry enough. Plus, it was going over mostly transferred, so I got it down. But for the other door, because there was 2 of them, I did wait till the next morning to finish it up and had absolutely no problems. I heavily distressed both of these, and I just happened to have 2 vintage brass handles that fit on them perfectly. And I put a sawtooth hanger on the back, and y'all, this transfer is unbelievably gorgeous. Hope y'all have enjoyed today's video. Got lots of inspiration. I promise after this wedding, I'm going to do some better content for y'all. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next week.